Hi there, today I'm going to do an intermediate mat workout with no props at all. So easily to do it anywhere, at home, outside. I hope you enjoy it. So it's about 45 minutes, that's what I'm aiming for. Okay, so start lying down on the mat on your back with your knees bent. Knees pointing straight up towards the ceiling and find neutral through your spine. So what that means is just your natural curve of your back. You have maybe a little bit of space between the back and your mat. Shoulders are heavy and your head is, you're looking straight up towards the ceiling. The eyes are looking straight up. Okay, take a big breath in through the nose. Feel the back of the ribs expanding out laterally. And exhale through the mouth. Feel the ribs drawing down. Feel the pelvic floor lifting and transverse muscles engaging. And just concentrate on your breath. Continue to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Try to feel the internal muscles waking up. And as you're here, just breathing, I want you to feel the heaviness of your feet, the heaviness of your pelvis into the mat, your arms, the triceps, shoulder blades into the mat and your head, and just feel that grounding feeling. Incorporating the breath into your workout will definitely give you, will help you connect to the muscles a little bit more. So now take another big breath in. As you exhale, move into your imprints. The hips come closer to the ribs, and then just start peeling your spine off the mat, coming into your shoulder bridge position. Stay wide through the collarbone, wide through the shoulder girdle. Feel the energy through the inner thighs and push the knees slightly forward. So you should be nice and long to the neck. There's no pressure on your head or your neck at all. Take another breath in. As you exhale, push the front of the body to the back of the body as you roll the spine down. Go right through the low back, drop the tailbone down and come back into your neutral. Inhale. As you exhale, let's roll through it again. Feel the hips coming closer to the ribs and just feel what your spine feels like your back feels like. Engage your glutes. Keep nice and strong to the center, so you don't want to arch your back at all. You want to keep your core muscles on. Take another breath in. As you exhale, soften. Slowly articulate down vertebrae by vertebrae. We'll do that one more time. Breathe in. As you exhale, imprint, scoop, lift the hips up. Feel grounded through the feet, grounded through the shoulder girdle. Wide through the collarbone. Take another breath. Feel the back of the ribs expanding out. As you exhale, soften the ribs, push the front of the body towards the back of the body to find length through your spine, and then drop the tailbone down to come back into neutral. We're going to go back into that imprint, bring one leg up and then the other, and just open the arms out to 45 or 90 on the floor. Inhale. As you exhale, rotate the knees over to the right, keeping your shoulder girdle heavy on the mat. You're going to look over your left shoulder if it's available to you. Try to breathe in through the back of the ribs. As you exhale, use your oblique muscles to rotate all the way up through center and over to the other side, keeping the shoulder girdle nice and heavy. Inhale to hold. As you exhale, use your obliques, rotate all the way up through center and over to the other side. Breathe in through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Use that forced exhalation to get into the obliques as you rotate over to the right. Hold for your inhale. My right shoulder is heavy on the mat. Exhale, just come up to your tabletop position. From here, I want you to nod the head, float the upper body up. Your hands can be behind your head, and just tap your right toe down towards the mat, and then the left, and tap. So as you can see, my knee position isn't changing. I'm opening up through my hip flexors, and I'm trying to keep my low back down using my oblique muscles. So I'm just warming up the core. One more time each leg. Tap and lift, tap, lift. Place one foot down, place the other foot down, lower the upper body down. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling with the palms facing each other. Inhale, reach those fingers towards the ceiling, separating the shoulder blades from the spine, and then exhale, slightly squeeze them together, draw them down your back. Again, inhale, separate the shoulder blades, going to the full extremes. Exhale, squeeze. 2 more times. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, squeeze. And we'll just do that one more time. Reach up and exhale. Now find the middle of the two extremes to find a nice wide collarbone. Keeping the shoulder girdle nice and wide, shrug the shoulders up towards the ears as you inhale. And then exhale, just depress them long enough that you're not immediately rotating through the shoulders at all. And again, elevate the shoulders to the ears. Exhale, reach the fingers towards the ankles. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale to elevate. Exhale, slide them down. We'll do one more time. Shrug up, slide them down. Now I want you to find the middle of those two extremes. So we're finding our neutral shoulder girdle. That's why we did that. And now we're going to go right into arm circles. So we're going to mobilize, reaching the arms up and overhead, keeping the ribs drawing down. Circle the arms around and down. So the shoulders are upward and downward going into upward and downward rotation, but they're not going into elevation or protraction or depression or retraction. So I'm still trying to stay nice and stable as much as I can. One more time this direction. And also I'm trying to create a lot of resistance through my arms. Okay, so it's like I'm going through quicksand or I'm going through like strong current of water. 3, one more time. And 4. Arms down by your side. You're going to lengthen the back of the neck. So it's just the first 2 vertebrae that flex as you inhale. As you exhale, slide the ribs to the hips. Keep your arms long and strong as if you're pressing down on something. And keep your pelvis flat. So try not to go into a pelvic tilt. Think of reaching your sit bones towards your heels. And then lower all the way back down. If this hurts your neck, just put your hands behind your head. That's fine. Always protect your neck. Inhale, lengthen the back of the neck. Exhale, slide the ribs to the hips, reaching your fingers towards your ankles. Hold for your inhale, and exhale, release. We'll do that one more time. Inhale to nod. Exhale, slide the ribs to the hips. Nice and strong through the upper body and the lower body. Inhale and exhale. Release all the way back down. Now slide on over, or just rotate toward your belly. Place the arms down by your side, and the nose is just hovering off the mat. Legs long and strong. I'm just going to shimmy up a little bit. Legs long and strong. Slide the blades away from the ears. Inhale. As you exhale, lengthen, lift the upper body up. From here, you can hover the arms just to make sure it's the mid-back muscles that's working and not your low back. And then release all the way back down. Inhale again. Feel nice and long to the cervical spine. Exhale, lift. Inhale to hold. Keep pulling the belly up and under the ribs. And exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, abs in. Exhale, lengthen and lift. Keep trying to lift the belly off the mat to protect the low back. Hold for your inhale. Exhale, release. You're going to place the arms down by your side. We're just going to do 2 of these. Inhale, nice, long, strong arms, strong legs. As you exhale, hover off the mat. Reach your fingers towards your ankles. Open up through your collarbone. Feel the inner thighs engaged, maybe pulling the knees off the mat. I want you to feel that length through your spine and the length through your waist. Take another breath in, pulling the belly up and in, and then exhale, just release. Let's do that again. Inhale. As you exhale, lengthen, lift the upper body up. Open up through the collar. Hold for the inhale. Keep reaching the legs back, reaching your head, the crown of your head to the front, and then release. Place the fingers under the forehead. So this is breaststroke prep number 3. And we'll just do it once, usually enough. Fingers under the forehead, slide the shoulder blades down your back. Draw the belly up and in again. Inhale. As you exhale, lift the upper body up. So now, because the fingers are on your forehead, the levers are a little bit heavier, so it's giving you a little bit more resistance on your upper back. Hold for your inhale and exhale, release. And then just sit back, give yourself a shell stretch. Round the back so you can separate the shoulder blades. Make it an active stretch. So you're pulling the belly up and in. You're trying to create as much length through the spine as you possibly can. Okay, from here, we're just going to go into a nice cat pose, or cat stretch. Fingers nice and wide, push your knuckles down, and you want the front of your wrists lined up with the front of your shoulders. Knees lined up with your hips. Breathe in, drop the belly down, look up towards the front of your mat, and then exhale, pull the belly in, round the back, separate your shoulder blades and look towards your thighs. As you inhale, reach your sit bones back nice and wide, lengthen all the way out. And exhale, round and pull it in. So you have a nice connection of your hands onto the mat. You're feeling the knuckles, you're pushing in, so you're getting strength through the arms. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, round and scoop. One more time. Inhale, lengthen all the way out. And exhale, push the belly towards the spine. Feel the waist reaching up towards the ceiling. Now find the middle of the two extremes. So I want you to find your neutral shoulder girdle again. Slide the blades down so you feel that connection of your mid-back. Reach your right leg back, nice and long, and try to keep your hips nice and square. Now lift your right foot up with the baby toes pointing down towards the floor, and now lift the left arm up. Okay, so we're working cross fascia lines here and really working the core to stay steady. Let's hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now hold it here. We're gonna, with a straight leg and straight arm, just tap the toe and tap the fingers and lift. Tap and lift. We'll do 5, 3, 4, and 5. And of course, we're not quite done with this. We're gonna open and close the arm, open and close the leg. 2, staying as steady as possible. Nothing's moving but the arm and leg. 4, and 5, and then place the arm down. Okay, so now left leg nice and long. You still have that nice connection through the hands on the mat. Square off your hips. Think of the baby toe pushing, reaching down as you lift that leg up. So that's going to prevent you from opening up from the hip. So we want to feel the glute, we want to feel the core. Now the right arm reaches long by your ear. And we're going to hold this one nice and strong and steady for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Once again, we're going to lower the arm and then lift the arm and leg at the same time. Staying as steady as possible. Keep the shoulder girdle strong. 4 and 5. Now open and close. Try not to move the torso at all. So the only thing that's moving is the arm and the right arm and the left leg. 3, 4, and 5. And then turn the palms up, sit back towards your heels, give your wrist a little bit of a rest here. And then flip it over again. And we're going to go into our 100. Okay, so the 100, it's an endurance exercise for the abdominals. And there's multiple ways to do the 100. And it's 100 breaths, not 100 reps. So we breathe in for 5 counts, exhale for 5 counts. So you can keep your feet down in a closed kinetic chain. If you have issues with your back, I would recommend this. Or just kind of prop your hips up to stay in that imprint. So you would just lift your upper body up like so, and the arms are long and strong. Once again, you can always put one hand behind your head, go for 50 breaths, and then the other hand. So what I want you to do with the arms though is keep them strong and try to feel the lats working as you're pulsing your arms. So that's option number 1. Option number 2 is imprinting your spine. Bring one leg up and then the other, and maintaining that imprint as you nod your head and float the upper body up. And you're still going to be doing the same thing with your arms, trying to feel the back muscles engaging. And number 3, you can extend and bend. Inhale for 5, exhale for 5. And number 4 is just keeping the legs long the whole time. You can even lower and lift a little bit. So your choice, make it fun. Okay, so let's start. Nod the head, exhale, float the upper body up. I'm going to bend and extend my knees and pulse. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, reach it away. For 10, keep the shoulders up for 5 and push the belly down for 20. Inhale, 2, 4, 5. See if you can curl up a little bit more while pushing the low back down. 5 and exhale out, slide the ribs to the hips. 40, inhale, 2, 4, 5 and exhale out. 50. Breathe in, expand the ribs out. Exhale, feel the pelvic floor and transverse muscles and obliques engage. 4, 5, and exhale out. 80, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. My arms are long and strong. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale out. 100. Bend your knees if they're not already bent. Flex up a little bit more, whether your feet are down or in tabletop. And then lower the upper body down and give yourself a little hug and just kind of move side to side. Bring one leg in. Give a nice little stretch. Bring the other leg in. And then put both knees in. Grab a hold of the back of the thighs and roll yourself all the way up. Okay, so right into half roll back. If you have really tight hip flexors, a good idea is to sit on like a pad or something that'll lift you a little bit. And it'll just kind of release the pressure here. So in this exercise, what happens often is that the hip flexors take over, and we were trying to work the core a little bit more, not really the hip flexors. Okay, so if you find that it's gripping, you find that this is where you're feeling it, prop yourself up. All right, so arms nice and long, find your sit bones, sit up tall, draw the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, pull the belly in, flex the low back. As you exhale, roll back off your sit bones. Just where you can maintain it, but it's challenging for the abdominals. As you inhale, imagine someone's pulling you back, creating resistance. As you come forward, you're just going to find your sit bones and then roll back again. Inhale, pull the abs in, flex forward. You don't want to collapse. You still want the top of the hips lined up with your sit bones. Exhale, roll it back. We'll do 2 more. Inhale, flex forward. Exhale, roll it back. One last time. Inhale, forward. And exhale, back. Now stay back here. Let's get a little deeper into it by curling the tailbone up towards your nose and feeling the hips coming closer to the ribs. And let's go a little bit deeper by reaching the arms by the ears and lower. Let's do 5. 4, reach up. Try not to lift or lower the upper body. 3, 2, and 1, and then just flex forward, sit up nice and tall. If you are sitting on a pad, let's get rid of it, or you can stick with the half roll backs. I'm going to go into the full roll down and the full roll up, but if that's not available to you, just continue with the half roll backs. Okay, so reach the arms nice and long, pull the belly in, hug the shoulders. As you exhale, slowly roll down all the way onto the mat. Now think of the toes pointing up towards the ceiling. The hamstrings are pushing down towards the mat. You're nice and strong and steady through the lower body. Nod the head. If you want a little extra challenge, just keep your arms by your ears as you float up and reach the arms by the feet. And then again, roll it back, trying to keep the arms by the ears all the way down, and exhale. Okay, or else you're still doing the half roll back. So do what's right for you. If you're doing the full one, don't let your legs lift. You might even want to anchor them down with some weighted balls or something if you have some. One more time. Roll it up. Reach, 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 and then roll it back down. Okay, so let's stay lowered down so you're on your back. Now, we're going to do our single leg circles. Because we're not using any props, the flex band really helps with this. So we're going to keep the knee bent. So the left leg can be long or it can be bent. It's totally up to you. We want to stabilize the pelvis. So once again, we're working our core. Bring your right leg up to tabletop. Keep the knee bent. Let's circle the leg towards the midline. Exhale to finish the circle. So every exhale, I'm feeling the pelvic floor lift. I'm feeling those transverse muscles engage, and I'm feeling the obliques work too. It all goes hand in hand. I'm going to go one more time this direction. Circle and stop. Let's go to the other direction. Inhale, Start the circle, exhale to finish the circle. And again, circle it around, exhale in. 2 more times, feeling the thigh bone sinking right into your hip socket. Last one. And then just put that foot down, either bent or straight. Left leg comes to tabletop, stabilize. And one side might feel a little bit more steadier than the other, and just be aware of it. Inhale to circle towards the midline again. Exhale to finish your circle. And we go towards the midline first because it's a little bit easier to help you stabilize. You're kicking into the stabilizing muscles. And then after we do our 5, we go into a little bit more challenging, going away from the midline. One more time. Circle and in. And let's reverse that. Circle away from the midline. Exhale to finish. Inhale. And exhale, 3, 4, one more, and 5. Pull both knees into your chest and roll yourself all the way up. So once again, we can sit nice and with long legs. If this bugs you, you can sit on a pad with long legs, or you can sit crisscross legs. Okay, so totally your choice. Reach the arms nice and long. Bend your right elbow. Inhale, keep the hip bones facing forward. Exhale, rotate to the right. Go a little deeper and a little deeper. Spine twist. And the left arm, rotate, deeper, deepest. Come center and grow. Lengthen in the center. And then try not to collapse as you rotate. You want to keep your shoulders in line with the hips the whole time. And center, and then again, rotate deeper, deepest, center. One last time each side. Rotate, a little bit more, a little bit deeper, and then the left, 2, 3, and center. Okay, come on. Off your pad if you're on one, and we're gonna do a little bit more ab work. Okay, so rolling like a ball. Roll back off your sit bones so you're engaging your abdominals right away. Bring one leg up to tabletop and then the other. Make sure you have roll back space, that you're not going to roll off the mat or hit a wall. Inhale, roll back to your shoulders. Exhale, come up and balance if you can. Roll back and exhale. So you don't want to go up to your sit bones. You just want to stay just off, just onto the sacrum. Inhale, exhale. 4 to go. Roll back. So a little bit of massage for your back, but also I want you to think of your abdominals. Try not to let the knees move at all as you roll back or as you come forward. I think we have one more. And now roll your spine down. Keep your shoulders lifted as high as you can. Once again, you can put your hands behind your head if this is a lot of strain for your neck. If not, reach your left leg away as you're bringing the right leg in. Inhale on the transition and switch. So my hands are guiding the leg so it stays right in line with my hip. Keep your low back down. 4, 4. Let's do 4 more. 3. My outside hand is reaching towards the ankle. My right hand is on the inside of the knee. 1. Good. We'll give it a little break by rolling up. And then just to get into that position again, roll back again, putting your low back down. Put your hands behind your head this time because we're going to go into our oblique bicycles. So right elbow towards the left knee, right leg reaches away, and switch. Lift and rotate. Doesn't have to be fast. What I do want is your pelvis to be as unwobbly as possible, so as stable as possible. Keep the elbows nice and wide, lift and rotate. This is 5 on each side. Remember to breathe. 2 more. 1 more. Rotate and rotate. Grab the back of the thighs. Roll yourself all the way back up. Let's go into our double leg stretch. So we're going to roll back again. Bring the legs to the table. Keep the shoulders lifted. Once again, you can put You know what, why don't we, everybody put their hands behind your head. We'll do it this way. Keep your upper body lifted, reach the legs away. Now the lower the legs are towards the ground, the more work on the abdominals so you don't get into your low back. So choose where you want to be. It could be up here, could be lower. So we're going to pull it in, keep the upper body lifted, reach. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more for 8. Now reach the legs straight up towards the ceiling. Once again, you can keep your hands behind your head or bring both hands towards the the right ankle or the calf, wherever you can reach. And the other leg goes down for our scissors. We're going to pulse twice with 2 exhales. And switch. 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 We got 4 more. 4. And 3. One more time each leg. 1 and 1. Pull the knees in. Give yourself a little hug. Place one foot down, place the other foot down, place your arms down by your side. All right, so let's go into our shoulder bridge. Inhale, as you exhale, lift your hips up, feel nice and strong through the glutes and strong through the abs, okay? So we're not arching the back at all, we're keeping the core muscles on. We're just gonna do some pulses, hip pulses. So let's squeeze and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tuck the tail under, curl the tailbone towards the ceiling. 8, 9, 10, drop it down. Now step your right foot like half a foot forward, so you're in a staggered leg position. Lift the hips up again, stay nice and square. The 4 corners of both feet are anchored into the mat, and we're gonna do the pulses again. So you're gonna feel this more on the left glute and hamstring than the right. 3, 4, keep the hips square. 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, lower down. And then switch, so bring the right foot in line with the left, then step the left foot forward just a half a foot and squeeze and lift. Let's go for 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Drop the hips down. Let's do one more. Bring both legs in parallel with each other. Lift the hips up. This time we're going to open and close the knees without dropping the hips. So open, squeeze it in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't drop the hips. 9 and 10. And slowly roll all the way down. You can hug your knees into your chest. Okay, so let's go into our hip lifts. A couple different ways also how you can do this. You can crisscross your ankles to support one leg and piggyback one leg off the other. You can keep the legs parallel in your tabletop, or you can reach the legs nice and long, soles of the feet towards the ceiling. Okay, so if you're doing it this way, it's going to lift the hips up, slowly lower down. Legs at tabletop, same thing. And then legs long, lift, and lower. So you choose. Let's go into, let's do 8 of these. So lift, control it down. So my head, my shoulder girdle, and my biceps and my triceps, not my biceps, are really anchored down into the mat, so I don't lift the head up. Okay, so I'm using all lower abdominals to lift and lower. I think we have 3 more. 2, and one last one. Lift and lower. Pull the knees into your chest. Lengthen the legs nice and long. Reach your one arm back and just flip yourself all the way over onto your belly again. Okay, so we did our, in the beginning, we did our breaststroke preps. Now we're going to do our full breaststroke. Nose is hovering off the mat. Pull the belly up and in, legs long and strong. Inhale, reach. I got the breath wrong. So exhale, reach. Inhale, circle around. So you're diving into the pool and then you're pushing that heavy water away and lifting, coming up for air. So inhale up, exhale, create length. 2 more. Lift, reach. 1 more. Lift and reach. Now prop yourself up on your elbows, and we're going to go into single leg kicks. So pull the abs in. You don't want to just be relaxed here. Your hip bones may come off the mat. It kind of depends on your body. But just feel like you're going into an imprint. So kind of tuck the tail, pull the abs in. Now try to keep stable through the shoulders and through the pelvis as you point and kick, flex and kick, point and lower. Point, flex, point and lower. Try not to move the pelvis at all. Steady through the core and breathe. Lower down. Inhale to lower. Exhale, 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 inhale. 1 more time each leg. Point, flex, point, lower. Last one. Flex, point, and lower. Now come back into your shell stretch. Remember that active stretch. Pull the abs in. Separate the shoulders from the spine. Nice and strong through the core. All right, so let's come all the way up. We're going to go into our saw. So once again, if you need the pad, just put it on the long way so you have rollback space, because we're going to go into some rollbacks again. If you don't need it, don't worry about it. Okay, place your legs just as wide as the mat. Open the arms, slide the shoulders down. Inhale, rotate to your right. My right thumb is going to go towards the floor. My left pinky finger is going to reach towards my right pinky, or my right baby toe. My head goes towards the knee. Inhale, stack up and come center. Rotate again. So my left thumb is down. Both sit bones are anchored and going up and over that imaginary beach ball and stack up. Inhale to rotate. Exhale, flex and reach. Inhale up. Good. Inhale, rotate. Exhale. Inhale, stack. Exhale, center. Let's do that 2 more times. Now the reason we turn the back thumb down is just it's a better position for the shoulder. 1 more time. Rotate. The hip bones stay forward. My sit bone, my left sit bone is anchored. Stack up and center. So we're training our transverse muscles right here. Up and center. Now bend your knees. And like I said, if you're on a pillow or a platform or something, make sure it's the long way so you don't fall off it. We're going to go into our half roll backs. Slide the shoulders down. Inhale. As you exhale, roll back off your sit bones and sweep your right arm back. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. And then the left. Inhale, tall. And exhale the right. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale the left. And lengthen. Let's do a couple more. We'll do 2 more each side. So this is like the half roll back, but it's adding a rotation. So really working the obliques. I can't remember if we have 1 more, so we'll do 1 more. Sweep back, stack it up, last side, and up. Fingers on your forehead. Try to find your neutral spine. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, hinge back to wherever you can. Then exhale, pull the belly in, go into your half roll back position. Inhale to hold. Keep the elbows wide as you create resistance and flex forward. Bring your head to your knees and then stack nice and tall. Again, hinge. Exhale, roll it back. Inhale to hold. Exhale, roll it forward. Head to the knees again. And stack. We'll do 2 more. Inhale. Exhale forward. Stack it up. Last one. Inhale. Exhale forward. And stack. Okay, so if you're on a platform, get rid of that platform, and we're going to go into our side leg series. So align yourself, your hips and your shoulders to the back of the mat, so you're nice and long and strong here. You're in nice little alignment, pull the abs in, lift the legs up and just hinge the legs forward in a pike position. So you're hinged at the hips, you're not rounded to the back. You want to keep your hips and your shoulders stacked up. Take the top leg hip height, toes towards your nose, and just kick it forward. Inhale, go a little further, and then exhale, feel the glutes work as you pull back. And again, inhale, go deeper, exhale, squeeze back. I'm going to do 8 of each of these. We'll go for 4 more. You can prop yourself up, you can lay yourself down, whatever feels comfortable for you. 2 to go. Stay nice and square through the hips, steady. Feeling the glute as you pull back, but you're not arching your back. And pull back. So now keep that leg pulling back. So you're opening up through the hip flexor, you're in hip extension. Now rotate the legs so the toes pointing downward, tap the toe down and lift. So you're leading with the heel. I want you to feel the top part of your glute med. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oops, sorry, we're going to do 8. So stack the legs one on top of the other, bring them in line with the upper body. Try to create a little bit of space between your bottom oblique and your mat. Top leg goes up, point and lift, exhale, flex and lower. So now you can grab a hold of your top hip so it doesn't travel up towards your ribs. You want to keep the pelvis nice and steady. 3. I point as I lift, creating resistance on the outer thigh, and then I flex as I go down, feeling resistance on the inner thigh. Okay, let's do 3 more. Incorporate your nice deep breath the whole time. And last one. Now keeping that leg hip height, let's do our little circles for 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, other direction. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Top leg comes up, bottom leg goes up, lower them both down. We're just going to do 5 of the inner thighs. 2, 3, 4, one more, lift, lift, and lower. Now try to lift both legs at the same time, so you're going to feel your obliques. Lift and lower. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, this one's pretty hard to balance, but place your top hand right on top of your leg. The bottom hand is anchored into the floor. We're going to lift the upper and lower body. So a lot of control through the center. Inhale. As you exhale, lift the upper and lower body, reaching your fingers towards your ankles, stabilizing through your shoulder, and then lower all the way down. Again, lift, reach your fingers towards your ankles, nice and long and strong and steady, and lower. 3 more. So I'm really pushing down on my supporting arm to try to create length and to help me lift. 4. If there's shoulders, if it's too much for your shoulders, you can always bring your arm here also. And 5. Okay, so remember that, so you don't have to impinge your shoulder. Okay, so let's go on to the other side, just to be even, and we'll do the same thing. So once again, we're lining the shoulders and the hips to the back of the mat. It kind of gives you a nice tactile cue to know where you are, and then hinge the legs forward so you're just at the corner of your mat. Pull the abs in, stabilize the pelvis, and then lift the top leg up, kick it forward a little bit deeper, and then exhale, squeeze it back. Inhale, a little deeper. Exhale, pull it back. 3. I'm creating my own resistance as I kick forward and as I go back, as if I'm going through quicksand or something really dense. 2 more. Now keep that leg pulling back, rotate so your toes pointing downward because we want to get into our glute med, lower and lift. I want you to keep pulling back without arching your back. So you're in hip extension, not back extension. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now stack your legs one on top of the other. Point, lengthen, lift the top leg up. Exhale, flex and squeeze it down. Creating length through the leg, keeping the length through the waist. You're not hiking your hip up at all. 4. Obliques are helping you stabilize along with your transverse muscles. 3 to go. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, bring that leg hip height, tiny little circles for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other direction. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Top leg goes up, bottom leg goes up, lower them both down. Lift, lift, and lower. 3, 2 more. 4, last one. And 5, and then lift and lower both legs. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to do the balancing one. So the bottom hand is anchored into the floor. The top hand is right on your hip or your leg. Inhale. As you exhale, upper body, lower body lifts and lower down. And remember, if that bottom arm or shoulders hurts, just bring the arm in front of you. Lift, or don't even lift the upper body. You can just do the lower body. It'll still work your obliques. 3. This just adds the element of balance. 4 and 5. Good. Now come all the way up. I'm just going to crisscross your legs. Once again, you can sit on a pad if this is too much for you, or you kind of elevate yourself somehow. So we're just going to stretch the hips out a little bit, sit up nice and tall, and just hinge forward. So my left ankle is under the right, and I'm feeling my outer thigh, my outer hip quite a bit in the stretch. And come all the way up, crisscross the opposite way, usually the uncomfortable way, and then hinge forward. We always go to our comfort zone first. Okay, now reach your legs nice and long. Take your right, bend your right knee and place that right foot, if you can, on the opposite side of your left leg. So left leg is nice and long. If not, you can just put it on the inside of your inner thigh. Okay, left arm, hug the knee with your elbow, and the right hand's gonna go behind you. Go on my tippy fingers, just to get more length. Inhale nice and tall. As you exhale, just rotate, looking over your right shoulder. Hold for your inhale. Exhale, maybe you can rotate a little bit more. Keep the pelvis nice and square. And we'll do the other side. So bend your left leg, bring it on the opposite side or the same side, doesn't really matter, wherever you are. Grab a hold of your knee with your right elbow, left hand goes behind you. Once again, I'm on my tippy fingers. Inhale tall, exhale, look over that left shoulder. Inhale, try to create length. Exhale, see if you can twist maybe a tiny bit deeper. And sit up nice and tall. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling, anchor down through your sit bones, and then just go into a nice seated forward fold. Once again, the knees can be bent. If your hamstrings are tight, hug your shoulders into your back and grab wherever you can, whether it could be the knees, the shins, the feet, wherever you are. Inhale and then exhale. Just let's get a nice stretch. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this intermediate level Pilates class, about 45 minutes. So I'll see you again. Thank you.